Lando, what happened?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I thought maybe we played draw.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what happened. Looking on it. Finish your game. Your game still going? Alright, so we're at 11 and a
Yeah,
half
it's
to
still going.
half.
Apparently, so well, because he actually has some seriously annoying people to play. Which is good. King 1, King 2. King 2, that's good. Hmm. That 4 should win now, right? Now we have King E3. King E3, knight G4, check, King F3. We'll see no more checks. Oh my goodness, so just allow kings to play check. Talking about checks. King G4. Lucky enough that knight is pinned off the King G4. King G4 will end it. Terrible chess. Terrible chess now, though. Not this winning. Alright, so I had to play one more again?
No man, we're up, so we have Russell now 11 and a half to half. And we look like we are
Right.
out of there for a second. So we are yeah,
Yeah.
we're back.
I made a few shaky moves there just now because it's actually the unrealistic against my next before we lose my team.
Okay.
Nah.
So I'm very curious about this journey to GM, but before that, you've started coaching. Talk to me about coaching. Tell me about your students. Tell me why coaching. We're all behind you to get this title, which will take all of your efforts. But you seem to have a love for this coaching thing. Talk to us.
Coaching was one of the best decisions I made as a chess player. Uh, After I started coaching, I just saw improvement in my game. I think it came from the a way to explain in a clear manner certain concepts to my students. And by explaining those concepts, I myself understood them better. I was more conscious of different things. And it also pushed me because I need now to set an example for my students. I can't be preaching one thing and then doing the other thing.
Ah,
So coaching has definitely
nice.
benefited me. I enjoy coaching a lot. There was a point where I'm not even sure if I enjoyed it more than playing.
You know, that's such a strange concept because I am now coaching a lot and I'm thoroughly enjoying watching my students play and their accomplishments. But by heart, I'm a player. I love playing. But this coaching thing gives you so much feel good that is almost addictive. Coaching and watching them play. It's really, really almost addictive.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
What's
No,
your
I
What's your proudest moment
I
coaching?
enjoy coaching a lot. I can't lie.
Yeah. What's your proudest
Well,
moment coaching?
I had so many if I'm gonna be honest. To single one would tend to be unfair to the others.
Alright.
I definitely don't want to hear like, me calling one student and then other students wondering where Orlando and all.
Yeah,
Sorry,
what
this and
about
this.
oh so let me not put you on the spot. Let me not do that. Because I so understand that. Because if I'm being honest, I
I
probably
had a
wouldn't
good
do
performance.
that. You had a
I
couple
had a
good
good
moments.
performance. Is I don't know from seeing some of my students win national titles, knowing where they came from, to seeing some of my students win gold medals at Bertha, winning medals at CSC, that kind of stuff, really, really
Nice.
feels good for me. I guess I can list a few, and before I list this few, let me just talk to my other students and say if you're not mentioned here, it's not because I'm not proud of your moment, it's just in the heat of the moment. So, I have this young student, Hannah Wilson. She won the gold medal on the 12 last year, and Hannah is an up and coming talent
Nice.
in Barbados and also in the region. She went on to CSC. She did pretty well. I think she came well, she came fifth at CSC. She went on the Pan American as well. She did okay there. Vanessa Greenwich, I don't know what to say about her. She's another upcoming big talent. Had a proud moment when she won the silver medal in her first year in under 16 in curve. Not last year in front in Suriname. Sandy Ford winning the silver medal year before in on the 16th
Yeah,
and
he
missing
talks
out
highly
on
of you.
the one medal.
So I met Kyle in CSC under 20, and he talks really, really high of you. He has so much respect for you.
Yeah, definitely one of the events that I expect a lot from in the near future. I mean, there's so many more. There's so many others. There's Shane, Kiara doing what they do. There are a lot of problems on the coach, definitely. And before noticing it, I got into coaching, and then the list of students that I coach just piled up. I guess for me, one of my proudest moments is this one. This little guy called Yashua Hill. When I met him, he was like one of the least confident players around. Nowhere close to being able to compete even on a national level. And then last year after a figure, so he managed to get the silver medal on the 16. So I was extremely proud of that. Not the fact that he played good chess, just the fact that he believed in himself enough, knowing who he is and where he's come from, to be able to pull that off. That was a very, very proud moment for me.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, coaches will love that. Definitely, definitely will love that. All right. So for me, one of the big things about interviewing you is that I share the view of a number of players that everything is there for us to produce this homegrown GM. And Corbyn was very vocal that he believes that you have everything it takes to get this GM title. Talk to us about this. Is this your goal? If it is your goal, sell it to us. Let us, all of those, I'm already a believer, but there are 40 other people watching now. Couple of them just hearing about Orlando husbands for the first time. What is it about Orlando that in the next couple of years we'll be calling him Grandmaster Husbands? And we'll be saying it with such a big pride, whether we're Bayesian or not. We're going to have this proud feeling and a big smile on our face. Why you, Orlando? Why you?
What do you mean? Well, let me first say that it's not a matter of it being a goal for me. I will become GM. That's just how it has to be. I can't really picture my future without the GM title in it at this point.
Beautiful.
What do you mean? I've asked myself that question a few times. I don't know. From earlier on, I started taking chess really seriously, as I said, around 14, 15, when I wanted to make the Olympiad team. I think before that, I was just fooling around a little bit. Why me? Because I'm definitely going to put in the work to get there. I mean, I've come up and I always was conscious of the fact that I was never the most talented. Of course, I had some degree of talent, but I never felt like it was the most talented player around. I always saw other players who I thought had more talent. But the one aspect that I always knew I would excel in is that they can never outwork me. I'm always going to work hard. And I believe that as long as I put in that hard work and I do what needs to be done, then the GM title must follow. So even GM title being a goal for me, it's not my end goal. My goal is just to see how far I can get, whether that's 2600, whether that's 2650, however far I can go, that's my goal. I just want to know how far it is that I can go.
Nice.
And I want to be kind of the torch for not only the region, but people like us, just to show them, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. And we spoke about that in the audience there are youngsters 10 years younger than you. For me, I look on you and you're a young man. But there are youngsters right now watching you. And I was saying to you before the program that the part that you chart, wherever you stop, they'll be now aiming to go even further. So if you stop at 2600, then one of these guys who watching you will reach 2700. And this is how it's supposed to be. So I'm really cheering for
Yeah,
you. And I
definitely.
can tell you, all of Jamaica cheering for you. You know you have a huge fan base here. Damien says it loudly. I say it loudly. We see talent, we see determination, we see drive. And we definitely see a future GM. So we're really cheering you on. The last game you
Definitely appreciate
chose,
that.
yeah man, definite love from Jamaica. Definite love from us. Last game you chose, tell us about this game.
The last game. Okay. Well, this is also from the 2016 Olympiad.
Yep.
This one, what I can say about this game is that I thought I deserved to win. And I mean, I drew, but I really wanted to pull the win there because I was extremely proud of myself. It was around the time where I really was making a breakthrough on the strategic front. Because like I said, calculation has always been my strongest aspect, or the part of my game that was strongest for sure. Always calculation, always in sharp positions. I can count on myself playing the best moves. But where I always used to fall down was strategic chess. And this told me that my strategic chess was a raven. The plan that I managed to find in this game against the Grandmaster because he caught me out very early. I wasn't expecting the French, and my preparation at that time wasn't anything impressive for sure. It was just enough to get me in equal position, but never anything more. And more or less, I guess we could just get into the game on see. So we went to this French, this version, which I realized after the game is kind of friendly. And the whole idea is he's going to go up e6 to play f5. He's going to lock the center and make the center frozen. And the center is not going to be, well, I'm not going to be able to open the center, which means that the flank play is extremely important. But it's also not so easy for me to get my flank play going well. It's very, very easy to play on the queen side. It took me like a year and a half to realize that maybe the way that I played in the game is not the best way to play. But I played castles. I played the plan that I'm aware of, where you go knight d1. The knight is the worst piece. Your plan's on the king side, so you need to bring the knight back via e3, play c3, solidify the center, and then try to get something going. But usually when you play this plan, f5 is a possibility. If the pawn on f5, it makes the plan just that much harder to achieve. So from here, I got quite a few issues. He played pawn takes, knight takes, and then e6, knight takes, bishop takes, knight c, e3, g5. Now, I had to think about this position. I remember I talked for like 15 to 20 minutes here, and I wasn't really even calculating. I was just thinking, yo, my plan is supposed to be on the king side, and this guy just played g5.
So he's doing
So
everything.
I can't play on the queen side. Yeah, I can't play in the center. And if this guy is playing g5, then where on earth am I supposed to play? So I started looking around all of my pieces because around the time I had just started reading Jacob Agber's book, Grandmaster Preparation.
The positional
Was it
play.
that book? Yeah, I was under the influence of something, but that something told me when I don't know what to do, look at my worst piece and try to improve it. So I took a look around. The bishop looks bad, but I actually think the bishop is quite important for what it's doing right now in terms of blockading the center. It gives me good dark square control, and it does extend its reach beyond this pawn, whether that's noticeable or not. This is supposed to be my best bishop, but it's not really doing that much right now. I guess at some moment he goes to e4, I'll put it on b3 or f3, and I'll think about what to do from there. My rooks can probably double on the f12, or I'll probably go on e1 and f1. My queen, but the queen for me is yeah. So then it came to my knight. The knight looks like it's well placed, but I don't really think the knight is so well placed in this position. And I've created a rule more for my students, and this rule has helped me a lot. And that's what I mean by becoming a coach has helped me to understand circular concepts better. I always tell my students, if you look at your knight and you realize the knight has no squares that it can go forward to, then the knight is probably a bad piece where it is right now. And that's exactly what I used. My knight does not have any prospects of going forward, and it does not do anything in the position. It only sits there like an ornament. So I came up with this plan. I looked around the board. D6 and F6 are the squares my knight could possibly be happy on. D6 is unlikely because I can do a lot, and then he'll play A6 and make it look silly.
So you have to go to G3, H5. Okay.
Yeah. What he can't do is prevent me from getting to H5.
Yeah.
And that became my plan. So I played rook to D1, pawn takes, rook takes, bishop G5, rook F3. Now, if he tries knight, I'm very happy about that, especially for his important dark square bishops of these weak dark squares. I can't really say that I would have any issue with that. He went bishop D7. I went queen E1, just preparing the knight F1, knight G3, knight H5, knight F6 maneuver. Rook H3. So I'm thinking, if I go knight F1, knight G3, he's going to pin the knight, and I don't want that because F4 would be an idea. So I put the rook on H3 to prevent that bishop at H4 idea. And now we start. And I understand that if I go here, bishop h4 and also some exchanging like this. But I think it's fine. I know my knight h5. And then the important thing here for me was patience. I am on the verge of completing my strategy, and I think that I felt pretty confident here because I felt like I found the right plan. And more or less that should help me. Finding the right plan should help me to continue this position. I should be at least fine here. So I played bishop f3. Normal idea is to get rid of this knight and stick my knight in on r6. He played rook h6. I played this. I saw some idea. I can't remember what it was now, but I'm thinking he wants to move this rook somewhere here, and I'm going to take out the pawns over here because they can be stick targets.
Okay, cool.
And I think that's what happened. You went queen f7. I went queen d1 just to support my knight. Rook here. I went rook h3 to tickle the pawn. And now when he moved, I took on e4 and I went in on f6. And I was really hoping also I needed this rook to protect this other rook. I was really, really hoping that this position would be, if not winning, at least an advantage for me. You know? I felt like I at least deserved an advantage here. But I didn't manage to get the advantage here, more or less. He just went rook d8. I had to take. I swung over here. Blunder, like I was hoping some bishop g5 or not bishop g7, not bishop g5. What was it? There was some tactical line I was considering here. I can't really remember right now. Queen g6, rook g3. I went back here. Oh, I don't know what I was looking for actually. But queen g6 is just such an easy find that there's really nothing either person can do. If I don't play rook back to h3 at this point, I'm going to be in trouble because the e3 is coming at some point, and this whole thing is a very, very big issue for me. And if he does not play queen g6, he's in trouble. Because if he moves this bishop rook takes h7, we the game on the spot.
Is a problem, yeah.
So we practically, the draw was practically forced there. But why this game is important for me is this whole plan. I think I gave the wrong move that more. The right move was knight f1. Knight f1 was the start of the successful poem. Okay, I got the exclamation mark. It was the start of the successful plan for me, and it was a really proud moment because being able to find it in practice is one thing, but being able to do it in a tournament game
is a whole
is another thing altogether.
Whole different thing, and that's one of the things with training. You're looking for something, but to constantly be vigilant in a game for 40 to 60 moves is very difficult. Really, and it's the mark of a master to be able to pick up the key moments, that critical moment when you know that something is there, be it tactical or strategic, and then to find it and implement it. So a nice find.
Yeah.
Definitely a nice find. So Orlando, this part is up to you now. Are you going to play three more? So you are the best so far, 11 and a half out to a half. Are you going for the three others? Or we stop here and say crown you the best so far until somebody does 12-0.
Listen, if the crowd wants more games, I don't run for games.
Oh gosh, the crowd going to want three more games. Let's see if they're there waiting on you.
I don't ever run from games.
So let's see if they're there waiting for you.
You can say what you like, but you'll never say Orlando run from game.
That I believe from what I've been seeing. So we're back over, guys. Maximum three more games. So let's go. We see more games in the chat. So three more games.
Just give me a start to get some water.
Yeah, man. Definitely. And while Orlando is there, remember next week we have Alan Safar of Trinidad coming in. So we're going to see from Trinidad's Young Hope what was his plans. And then the week after, we have the legend of the 1980s, the great one, Neil Fairclough, coming through to share everything with Jamaican history in the 80s, to see Shane's partner in crime at the early Olympiads, and to just basically enjoy chess, enjoy his career from the late 70s, 80s, all the way up to the 90s when he was playing. And just to see what made Neil tick. One of the things we know is that Neil was a 400-meter runner, straight almost up to Olympic level. So we'll be talking about that aspect of it also. So a lot to do the next couple of weeks. Alan and then Neil Fairclough. Alright, so I've seen people willing Mala to play. Mala, agreed. Let's see Mala play too. Three more games. Let's see. Can we stop him from going 14 and a half to a half? Where are we? John, what you thinking? You think we'll stop him? Let's go, Mala. Agreed. That's the movement. Let's go, Mala. We have a couple other masters in the crowd, so line up after. So I hear them sending Mala. Them sending Mala for you, Orlando. So let's see if Mal's come. But them sending
Mala.
Mala, yeah. Crowd, crowd has been chanting Mala, Mala, Mala. So here comes Mala. That's the one you pull. Mala has agreed.
Mala too.
Alright, so that challenge should come in anytime
Alright,
now. Here we go.
I heard it, but I didn't see it.
Alright, he says sent. And that should be from
I
Miles.
heard it. Sure. It just disappeared. Oh,
Alright, here we go. So another I am against FM
alright,
all
so
title clash.
I wonder if he's still a Caracan player. Let's see. No matter if you like to check the lines quickly.
Alright, so he's saying him not backing down. I thought E5 was coming for a second, but Mala not backing down. So let's go,
nice. Well, this one, I actually had a game like this in Nationals with one of my students in 2018. This is exact line. This is friendly though.
Queen B6.
What?
Mala putting his
Okay,
French
I'll go
touch
knight
to
c3.
it.
I think you'll go knight c6. Knight c6 is main line here, and then bishop e3, and then sack the pawn on b2, and then some strange stuff happens. But I want to show the way here though. Let's see what he does. I haven't actually had this particular line before. Let's see if I can remember my preparation more important. Well, that's never good. Let's take a more snaps.
Yeah, but you're on the last three games, so good timing.
Alright, let's see.
Now you set the record already, 11 and a half to a half.
Boy, that 12 love you losing, boy. That jaw.
Yeah, 12 love still elusive. It's still elusive.
Yeah, it's very much so. Let me get it. Yeah, I think I want to pick queen e1 here if I'm not mistaken. Is it here? I cannot really remember. No, anyways, that's when my life was going into these sharp things, I had to study them. But this is a disaster, not to study these. My last year inflicted one of my most painful losses on me, in my career. He beat me in 24 in 2014 or 15. Some subzonals in Barbados, Mala came and beat me. Just completely spoiled my tournament. Maybe 4. Still that. Come on, let me make this thing for you. What? Okay. We can look at just like this. Okay, I actually think that's it. So what is my reason? What? The end game? Is it going to come 1, 2, 2, 4? No pawn. Oh, they have their bishops. Okay. I will gladly go to the end game model. That protected pass one must be a big advantage. Bishop F3 is calling in. Bishop E4 mid border. Let's just go look at E1 first. That looks very, very promising. Okay, I really want to take on C4, but I'm not sure. Take on F6. I'll take F6, bishop here. Actually, bishop F3. Okay, take on C4. Be patient. Knight D5, but I thought the best move was bishop E4. Knight D5 is asking for issues. B6. No, this just looks so strange. The move is okay. Okay, just clear up C1. And this black rank is really doing so many tactics for me. Right, so I take the bishop. Let's see, it's a blunder, B7, rook D8, bishop. Bishop where though? Don't just leave B7 the moon. Let's see it, B7, rook D8, then take on rook D8 one time. But this allows bishop A3 with a huge advantage, right? Nah, that must be a big advantage. Right. Rook A4 should mop it up. Or rook C6. I'd be careful here. Or G4 fixing it by rank for 4. Rook A6. Rook A4 allows bishop D3. And so does rook C6. Okay, so rook A4, bishop D3, then rook to D4, bishop D5. I do not want that opposite color bishop situation though. So if you want to play rook A4 and force bishop D3, might as well fix the rank rook G4, and then just make that have this. Okay, G4. Stop thinking. Too much thinking, not enough playing. But I want to start the rook so bad here. But something tells me there's not enough pawn. Something also tells me that that opposite color bishop situation is not winning. Bishop C5, knight A4, he'll just go bishop C6. Rook takes pawn, takes bishop, takes check. The king must go to A8. H6. Sorry? Don't have a lot of faith in that one. Okay. Don't use too much time. Play F4. No D4, I need to get the king in hand ASAP. Okay, bring the king now. Bring the king, put the pawn on F5 and fix his pawns on the dark squares. Go back to A2. Well, Orlando remember, didn't you? Because king G3 loses rook C3. I understand that. Oh boy, this is not good. But it is true. Okay, Again, he was struggling with this. Good. Put the bishop here. Still can't take it here. Oh my goodness. Orlando, talk about bad chess. Okay, this is winning now, right? Got lucky too? Oh my god. He messes it. Talk about lucky. Is this winning yet? Not yet. Take that pawn. Protect the pawn from in front. That must win easy. I don't want to live in a world where that does something. So just get that. Reaching for it. The trick works. That's the trick. My internet cut? Oh, thank God. Okay, the trick works not for sure. Oh my goodness. Alright, that was a close call on my internet, so I need to make sure that I play faster. Oh, my little training, man. What's this? Is all this trouble you're giving me? I don't appreciate this. Okay, I'll tap that. Defend that, tap that. Go here, just shredding something cheeky. On G6 should finish it off. And from there, up to no. Up to no. I still can't get a position I'm confident is winning. King F4. The king there. This is close. This is close. This is winning now. Isn't it? Ooh. Check again. Check. The rook here. The king here. The king here. The king here. The king here. Put it here. Talk about annoying. I don't know what? Okay, luckily mine feels me. Talk about bad chess. Bad chess. Just bad chess. Oh my goodness. Terrible technique. He didn't even take any pawn just now. Wrong. Look at that there. Go to the far side. I know how this game must be won. Okay, so he finds the defense for now. We go testing. So checking here. Mine is a bit shaky though. What is it trying to do? Put the rook here. You have quite confidence in mine to give me something. Work here. Work here. It's not that bishop. Watch out. Your bishop here. Should be fine. Is that win? Not yet. Go back here. One move here. Bring the team around. So no chat, look here. This chat. No matter seems to understand this design technique a bit better than we were looking to. What happened? No, I do not. Malo, what on earth? Malo resigned. Whoa, that is crazy. One name Malo, yes.
That was enjoyable.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, that's putting up resistance for you. That was enjoyable. Alright, guys.
Yeah, that was.
So a maximum of 2 more games. So
Oh, what is this?
yeah, definitely good game. I really enjoyed that. Who else is there? So Orlando, who is your favorite player?
Who's my favorite player?
Yeah.
Besides Magnus Carlsen. Uh, so, so, um, who is my favorite player? Fisher.
So Magnus and then Fisher.
Fisher.
Why? Why Fisher?
Just because of Fisher's story, what he was able to do with all the odds against him, it kind of reminds me of what it feels like trying to become GM in this region.
Beautiful. I can appreciate that.
Versus,
I definitely can appreciate
Fisher's
that.
story kind of hits home with me.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely appreciate that. Alright, are there any more challenges?
Not saying any right now. Whoa, what do that? I knew I should not allow that opposite color bishop to talk to me.
I'm amazed at the resistance that could be put up in a 3-2 game. Definitely amazed at that.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so if no other challenges come in the next 30 seconds or so, then we just continue with our things. I think you have now beaten almost everybody there. Alright. So you have a lot of youngsters watching you right now, Orlando. So you're not going to get away without. There are just 2 questions that they are just compulsory on the program. The first one is your biggest obstacle and how you have overcome it. You have had a short, you're a young man, a young master, but you have had to dig deep a number of times. So in your career so far, be it in life, be it in your chess career, what's your biggest obstacle and how did you overcome it?
My biggest obstacle. Myself. For those who don't know me personally, they would think that I'm a very confident player, but actually confidence has been my biggest issue. When it comes to tournaments, like every tournament feels like I need to prove it to myself again that I can play good chess, and the way I've overcome it is willpower, sure willpower. Okay. I may not have like I may appear as having confidence, but really and truly that hasn't been the case mostly. It's just been
so it's just a constant.
We can play this, but
so it's a constant fight to prove to yourself.
Yeah, constant fight between myself. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, I can appreciate that. All right, and finally for me, you have the platform. You have a number of youngsters. You have your students. You have my students. You have students from young chess masters and young players from probably about 6 countries watching right now. Talk to them. Talk to them. What's your advice to these young masters on the way forward for them? Talk to them.
Well, I think if you want to be successful in chess, you want to be successful, whatever the case may be, you want to be IMG and whatever your goal is, at the end of the day, it comes down to hard work. I'll say a lot of stuff. They can proclaim they're going to do this, they're going to do that, but without the hard work, without actually putting in the work, you're not ever going to get anywhere. So that's the first thing. Always put in the work. And I'm pretty sure that's something that you, John, will teach your students. You
Yeah,
preach it. I'm pretty sure of that. It's something party. They always told me
have to
that
work.
without hard work, there can be nothing. Talent is always only the first step.
Talent carries you only so far. The
The
work
second thing I would
ethic.
say to juniors,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely. I mean, the second thing I would say is set clear objectives. You need to hold yourself to a standard. I always tell myself to a standard. Like, it's not about I can't lose to this guy or I can't lose to that guy, but going into this tournament, I know what I expect of myself. And my aim is always to win every game. If you look at me, I'm always aiming to win every tournament I enter. The aim is to win all the games, regardless of who's playing in that tournament or whatever the case may be. The aim is always to win all of the games. So I hold myself up, play standard. I understand that when things don't go my way, all it means is to work on hard to win again.
No.
Back to the drawing board.
All right,
But
and
set clear objectives for yourself and hold yourself to a standard. I think that's very important.
right. So two very, very clear. Hard work, have to work hard, and set those goals, set those aims. Definitely, one of the things with setting goals and aims is that you get to celebrate each other step of the way and keep yourself motivated throughout.
Yeah,
Orlando, this has been a pleasure. And for me, interviewing a young master who I have high hopes for, I won't hide it. I am going to be cheering all his success. I'll be there cheering every success. If there's a disappointment, I'll help to pick you up because I believe in the crop of youngsters, we will get that GM. And I love when you said that you can't picture the future without it. It tells me that you're going to be so driven that, oh, what a journey we'll be going on with you. I look forward to that
I
journey, my
definitely
friend.
appreciate it.
Definitely look forward to that
Definitely appreciate
journey.
it.
And it has been a pleasure having you here tonight. It has been a pleasure learning from
It's been a
beginning,
pleasure being here.
yeah, learning from the beginning to know what has made International Master Orlando husband from being beaten in his first couple tournaments to setting aims for the FM to getting his IM and now on the path to GM. I wish you luck, and as I say, I'll be there every step of the way cheering. I'll have those my students watching, everybody watching, and where we can give advice, we will. Where we can do anything you call us, we'll be doing it. It has been my pleasure, and I thank you.
Definitely. Definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So, guys,
Thank you as well.
next week we have Trinidad Alan Safari in the house. The following week we have Neil Fairclough, 1980s legend, straight into the 90s, multiple Jamaican champion there. But before that, let's say Alan. I heard Orlando said that Alan B got 12-0. Orlando set the standard 11 and a half to a half. What a standard. End result 12-1. Definitely know the standard bearer on PCI Mondays. Let's see how long it takes for somebody to equal or beat it. Well done, young master. And for me, until the next time,
Thanks a lot.
good night and just play chess and enjoy. Good night.
Yeah.